Why don't people still acknowledge the magnitude of those problems?
I guess they can still believe that government's going to take care of them. And the real issue is the bankruptcy of the country.
The Congress is concerned about the debt. People are concerned about the debt. The markets are concerned about the debt. The world is concerned about the debt.
All this debt has to be liquidated for us to get growth again. The ill effects of all the spending and all the debt, then it's going to hit us
because the debt is unsustainable.
Ron, while you can, if you don't think our debt is at issue, looks like you may be dead wrong. I'm Connell McShane in tonight for Neil Cavuto. It's nice to be with you on the show once again. And the Congressional Budget Office all but confirming what Ron Paul has been warning. If we don't get a handle on our spending addiction, our entire economy will be at risk. And the former Republican congressman and presidential candidate doesn't see us getting a hold of that debt anytime soon. And I hope you're not here tonight to tell us that we're just completely doomed. But I'm afraid maybe you are. Are we?
No, never, because I have a bit of optimism in me because I believe that there's some good things going on, but they're not in Washington. Washington is locked in on spending, and the Republicans and Democrats both like it. They both love the Federal Reserve System. They both like the foreign policy. But outside of Washington, people are concerned about the right things. Government's too big, too intrusive, taxes are too high. The Federal Reserve deserves an investigation. We deserve an audit of the Federal Reserve. And the young people are waking up, and they know there's some serious problems. I see it as a long-term educational problem that we have, and not a political solution that can happen next month or next two, because you have to liquidate the debt. There's too much debt, and you can't do it, and that's been known for a long time, that debt has to be liquidated. The question is, how is that going to be done?
And you've been talking about it for a long time, and, you know, it's interesting that CBO report that came out yesterday. You say that people are waking up and paying attention. That didn't get a lot of attention, and I mean, it was fairly alarming just in isolation, take it away from all the other news of the day, to say that the debt jumps to 106% of GDP by the year 2039. And, you know, maybe it's just that people don't see it happening tomorrow. I mean, it's the same old thing that you've been talking about, that they don't see it affecting their life today. What's the trigger that makes people think more about this, or makes Washington think more about it?
Well, it's going to be the loss of confidence in the dollar, and we're seeing that already because we've overreached around the world. We put on too many sanctions. Right now, we've sort of looked for the renewal of the Cold War with Russia, and the Russians now are talking to the Chinese like never before, and India, and they're talking about their own currency. Then people are going to lose confidence.
We've never seen a run. You know, we've never seen a big alarming collapse, and, you know, people... well, you and others have said, well, if like you said, if there's a loss of confidence in the dollar, we've never seen it on such a grand scale that people are alarmed by it, you know?
No, and it came close to that in 79 and 80 when our interest rates went to 21% to save the dollar. But we're in worse shape now, and the big question is how it will be handled. I don't think it's the end of times coming. But it's the end of this system. You cannot maintain this system where you can spend endlessly, print money, and run up the debt and have trust in the currency. So that will be, and it is unknown when that will come. It'll be some event. It'll probably be some foreign policy event where people will start leaving the dollar, and that will be a big deal because interest rates will rise.
Speaking of foreign